Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. As we have seen, this market continued to correct where we've never seen before, and I'll definitely share with you what has happened since the last Friday, so-called the meeting minutes from the US FOMC, which actually happened about a couple of days ago, and the market continued to correct. But last night, we did have a spring on the Dow Jones. That means the number of down bar, we have 6 down bar, was likely to correct itself, and maybe we'll see a bit of sideways movement for the KLCI. Now, having said that, the KLCI right now, you will see it's pretty much in so-called a correction mode. No doubt about it. It's not one of the best chance to be trading. And if you are an experienced, maybe better just to stay out. And if you want to do a bit of trading, then it's best to stick to intraday trading. There's some opportunity around, but definitely a very, very short term. I'm going to share with you how we use VSA 360 to be looking at some of those trades that we've seen before. Of course, with our this morning, we'll be talking about market correction with the spring, and I think many of you would know what a spring is. Spring is definitely one of the sign of weakness, but again, you have to take it at a place where it has high probability of winning. But right now we can see the KLCI on the future side, we already turned red pentagon, you can see from our VSA 360 plugin, but on our KLCI, which does support it, is still pretty much in the green pentagon. So it's a mixed message so far. So we want to be looking at market correction because we are in the market correction. So we'll be using sign of weakness like spring or test to beat. Now do remember, despite if you were to buy at a spring or even at a test, that doesn't mean this market is likely to sort of have a trend later on. Okay, that is going to be happening more on what's happening from the US Dow Jones tonight, because last night we have a spring there. So what are the rules? What do you want to do when you're buying at spring? So we'll be looking at it, and some of the strength, we will be looking at the couple example, intraday example, if we do find them, and I'll share with you if we do find this spring. So the key of successful trading with Pentagon is actually doing constantly back testing, trading the VSA in here, and one way is to try our VSA 10-day free trial. If you have not done so, please do it, and it's worth $266 with a 30 minutes user training given to you. So make sure you're on the right path in here, and of course supported by the right sector, you will definitely benefit. But right now we can see in here, everything is in the market correction mode in here. Now remember, VSA 360 has done a lot of the heavy lifting. So if you are an experienced, that will still make it easier for you and learn much faster. Do look into our 10-day free trial to learn more. Now, of course, the position that we have so far is still, as I said before, the stocks that we have, our Pentagon real money trading in here, continue to be in a down mode. But we did take a new position, which I have not updated in here. Take a note at the data sonic. That's right, because the KLCI is green Pentagon, so we have to be in the market in here. We took up D-Sonic, and if you check out D-Sonic later on, it's starting to move up nicely. Again, backdrop of the KLCI is on the GE15, which I think many of you have been following the media. A lot of them are talking about likelihood of GE15 happening this year in here. Of course, you can also follow our Green Pentagon real money tracking in here with the QR code on the investing donor. And we also love to hear your feedback, and this is a feedback and how we can improve it in here, or pencil those into the comment section below, and we want to hear from you too, which does help our show better responsive, so can engage you better in here. Now, of course, our VSA 360 continue to be used by many of our members, able to focus, and we are right now focusing a lot on the intraday alert with the Pentagon Guider intraday daily alert in here. And let's take a look at some of these in here. We have a new feature coming out on the VSA 360. Some of them will be showcasing to you, but a lot more will be happening on the 9th of September. So a couple of things we want to know this morning. Let's take a look at the strong sector and the weaker sector where we are. This is our three. So first of all, we have the so this is the VSA 360. So you can see in here, and you can see one of the real difference is you have two bells, okay? One is the usual, what we call the watch list, the popular one like Bonia turn red YBS, but we have B auto turning green Pentagon here. Right, let's take a look at them. See, all of those have turned green Pentagon, and front can has turned back to red Pentagon at last night. That's right, turned red Pentagon last night. It did turn green Pentagon earlier on. You could see, of course, with the US making a U-turn after the sounding alarm and remarks given by Jerome Powell. We have seen many of these has started turn. So, and take note, this turn green Pentagon on the 30th of August. D-Sonic was a trade that we made, and we can look at this here. So what are the things that we are doing really differently from our new feature? Let me just show you some of these new feature in here. Is the real-time chart that we have so far in here. You could see this is the visual, all right, the visual trading plan, and you could see right now, given the state of the and this is a R2 and we have a S1 here. So we do have a visual, what we call a visual trading plan, and let me just share with you in here. Let me just switch to a wider chart. You can see R2 is the likelihood where we will take a little bit of profit in here. The ideal approach is the ideal entry, and S1 is where your support is. I suppose that's where you want to be cutting loss. So right now this ratio is giving you a 0.64, and take note, the KLCI is in red Pentagon and D-Sonic is in red Pentagon. I think the KLCI already turned red Pentagon soon already, and D-Sonic, okay, KLCI is in red and D-Sonic is in sector, which is also red. So we are playing against the trend of the market, so overall. But take note, this D-Sonic, it's really a play on UMNO counter. As you can see, this market continue to head up 1.91 in here. So it does have all the right support, and switching back to 1 month chart here, switching back to a 3 month chart, you could see taken out this upthrust in here, 1, 2, 3. Very important, we want to see this break higher, and this is where shorter term you want to take, those of you who want to trade, the shorter term 0.57 would be your exit level in here. So on this one, but of course we are trading the Pentagon trading portfolio. We normally go for a 20% gain for then onwards again. So we'll see how this thing going to be panned out with. So this then you have the reward to risk, which is something new, and also you can set up the personal stock notification, which you can do so if you just take a look at D-Sonic. Let's set it up in here. Upper price will be default at 10%, and you have a default at -8%. Reward to risk is 0.64, which actually take into this. So you, when you trade this, you actually know the reward to risk, and prefer we want to have a reward to risk at least 1. So this one, I'll just put it in here. So this is Pentagon Guider trading portfolio. Okay, trading portfolio, trade number 3, because it is our trade number 3 in here. So we just create that, and so that goes into a list here, and I'll show you how to check. And also this newer version, you can see there is your own menu set in here. There's all 3 of them in here. So this is something new that will release on the 9th. There's a stock alert. Those are the list of shares we're looking at, but I just want to go through quickly the watch list. That's the one that we have set up just now in here. And you can see D-Sonic is in here, up 1.9% just now, and these are the remarks. Of course, these are your earlier stock notification that you can control it. So you can see D-Sonic 10% upper band, which is right now you have alert at 0.49 cents here. And then you also have some of the periods already been notified. You can click on this one here, which are the one. These are stock alert that already hit, so you want to take note of it. LGMS, you can put unlimited stocks in here, and you can see some of those stocks. Of course, one way to watch all my so-called Pentagon watch list, my own, from here is this list here. So everything looks pretty good. Everything is green this morning in here, and you can see some of the stocks that I have here turn green Pentagon over the last 2 weeks. Bonia turned red, so you can watch it, and some of the previously that I have has gone up means I've selected, put in my stock list. So how well they've done, Chin Hin and Chini with a mid 50%. The reason is we put this up is to ensure that the stocks that you're focusing on, when you look at some of these stocks, how much of the profit, if you have taken 8%, 10%, and if you're likelihood to have it run, you can see Kawan and which came out on 1st of June and 8th of July has run almost 26% and 24%. So this is more of knowing how well you perform using the trade idea that you have on your own list in here. So this is something pretty good. So, and then this is a stock alert notification, which is the one that you've seen in here. Here some of the list, what time it hit you, and this was just now 27 minutes ago. You probably get an email alert, and one of the things you can set up is your settings, and you can change your email alert over here. All right, and so this is something that we will put it in here that will help you to get more engagement with the stocks that you have. All right, so take note of this interesting in here. One of the things we want to be looking at, let's take a look at my list here. Let's look at the sectors. That's right, let's look at the sectors this morning. And so if you want to look at the sector, we go down to the main dashboard here, and of course everything is already turning red pentagon. Okay, only few left. You got the consumer, the energy, the finance and technology. I think it did turn, yeah, it turned red pentagon earlier on and being very consistent with it. Consumer, energy, finance is also turned red pentagon, but it's holding up in here. So let's take a look at this one. So what are green pentagon? Consumer, energy, plantation, property, communication, and the KLCI. KLCI, it is still green pentagon, but I think this morning started to turn already. And I think it is, if the market were to break a bit lower, right now it's holding up, as I said before, it's holding up in here. So that's going to be pretty good. It's still holding up. So let's hope that it hold up this morning in here. But really a big move you can see on top of me here is the foreign fund flows. You can see foreign funds last night, yesterday was down -30. So as soon as we see more of this leaving, that's a big concern. You can see, right, every time when the big drop here, you can see there's really a pattern in here. So if you get, of course, this evening, if you get this another 10 points drop, then you'll see these foreign funds going in. So you can really see the relationship using the VSA 360 in here, giving you some insights. Now the other thing that very interesting is also you can watch is, sorry about that, hang on. Right, is these so-called your personal watch list. You can see in here Martin Wong watch list. So these are the lists that early on I have it for my own personal watch list. So it's a -0. And of course you can try this thing out. So that's definitely will be interesting for all of you you will be using the VSA 360 in here. And this will be available I believe next Friday, right? And you can see Genting, Inari is down -1, revenue is down, a lot of the things is down. Okay, GHM is up 4.6. P-Trans is still up. Okay, and so this is where the one thing you also take note is the live chart you'll be getting on the VSA 360 right now with this. So let's take a look at the just now we are looking at D-Sonic. Okay, so D-Sonic, we are looking at the live chart here. So this one is updated every 20 minutes. You can see now is the 2nd of September. It's trying to break higher, which is 53.5 cents. So that's great. So keep it that way in here. And what else? So okay, 53.5 cents. So you can, we already set this as an alert already just now in here. So let's take a look at the KLCI and what's on my list here. Okay, the regional fund, we have seen the regional fund, the alert. We know some of the sectors in here. Generally, overall, all the markets are. So we've seen the personal stock notification and also the personal alert list, which we will talk about it more next Friday. It's very easy to use, right? And makes it so much easier. And of course, you can check your own Pentagon watch list, how well you fare some of those stocks which you have been watching. A lot of them are turning green. CFM, Sunway, REITs, D-Sonic, it's up this morning in here. Market still holding up in here. This is only due to the overall GE15. That's my take anyway. If it's not for GE15, I think the KLCI will just follow like many of the other stocks that we've seen so far in here. All right, now the one of the things I want to look at is looking at the next one is the market correction. Where do we look for trades? Okay, after we've seen some of the new features, which is just the the personal stock notification in here, so you can notify by email or you can just log into it. Now, knowing the background is important. Now, previously the market has made a top in here. We were coming out from left hand side, but right now we are looking for SOW. It could be here, which is the resistance on the top, or it could be on the way down, right? Remember, the KLCI already turned, the futures already turned to red, so we're assuming it's going down to the fall. So generally, when the KLCI is red pentagon, you don't want to be trading if you're a beginner. So if you want to trade, then stick to the so-called intraday charts, okay? Because a lot of the odds are against you, and those are some of the rules that we talk about here. Because the peak value is already been reached too in here. And when the market is going down on the stage 4 here, a lot of time you'll see a lot of low volume, right? The low volume is not really a good thing, because the low volume is just a continuation to the downtrend in here. We have not seen how much and how low the market will drop, because very likely the KLCI will just move sideways until we get a bit of positive news from the big brother, which is the Dow Jones in here. So you can see this is where we were last Friday. The market tried to recover back and did turn green pentagon, but still below the 200-day moving average in here. And right now, this is where we are, right? Again, hitting an upthrust, not a very good thing, as I said before. So we are looking for spring. There's one spring over here. So these are the area that we will be looking at, spring. But remember, even with the spring, we don't expect after the bar, immediately after the bar of the spring will move out, because there is still weakness in the market in here. And of course, you can look from here, the green market stages hasn't turned up yet, still on the red side. We want it to turn up, then likelihood you will see this market to move up in here. So we are looking for SOW. So right now, with the market correction on spring, using it, this is something our members are using that too. They were some of them were trading spring during the June. Remember, month of June was the worst month that market continued to fall off in here. But our members challenge, our 20-day member challenge, a 1-month member, they are able to find those trades that work and able to make 28% compared to KLCI is down 2%. So right now, what we want to be doing is looking for spring with lower volume in here. So we want to turn to our intraday stock selection in here. And 2 rules on buying on spring in here, very simple. You want to buy on the support and you want to buy on the next day you're following. So we want to also ensure we use mid stage 2, which works much better. So you want the stocks to goes up. And remember, it's highly successful when we get green pentagon. But right now, we are seeing the KLCI almost turning red pentagon. So let's take a look at our system in here. And you want to go over the premium alert and go to intraday. So one of the things that you want to be looking at is the, okay, this is where we have, so we're just turning our attention to the Pentagon Guider intraday daily, right? So one of the new features is that you're able to do a mouse over. You can see the chart from here, so you don't need to go. And this one looks pretty good. Hex Industry just turned green pentagon. Okay, that was at 9:45. Now remember, this 9:45. Now we still need to wait for end of the day, because we're looking at full confirmation. Full confirmation means at 5 o'clock when it closes it, but this one at 9:44, it turned green pentagon in here. So ABMB, let's take a look at the chart here. Okay, ABMB don't have. Okay, MBSB, we got Gamuda. Gamuda looks pretty good, turned green pentagon. And Texcam, Texcam is turning red, so okay, not so good lah. Then we have Immature, turning green pentagon too. Okay, so that one will be nice. We want to see eventually that one will have turning green pentagon. This was at 10:33. All right, so let's take a look at just now that one. You can so Hexa turned green pentagon, because that one is our 20-minute delay in our system in here, but we want to look at Hex Industry. Okay, because we like that stock. There you go. So this is the first green pentagon, so pick it up right now at 38 cents. So you're buying at the, usually because in the past our systems were able to detect it at the end of the day. So now we are giving this feature at no extra cost to buying at the point where it turn green pentagon. And we can also take a look at Hexa. This is one of the stocks. Okay, Hexa. The other one is in nature. Okay, let's take a look in nature. All right, this is also turning green pentagon right now in here. Pretty good. And you can see this one looking pretty good. You can see, right, the market stayed above the zero line of the market stages. So that means this is pretty strong. You can see there's also NS opening of the railway track. So Hexa is a good one. So keep in mind, maybe next week we'll come back and look at this. So I'll probably pencil those in next week in here for some of the stocks that we have found out. Okay, and then we'll come back and see how well they have fared. Okay, Hexa and in nature on Pentagon Daily Alert. Okay, so this is something I just want to make note of it here. You can see this is the stocks. So we can find it very, very easily through our intraday alert, right? Pentagon in here. So all you got to do is try out our 10-day free trial in here. But of course, after the 9th of September, then you get all these feature in here. YTL too. YTL, you can see it's a test. Right, so this we are paying attention just on the Pentagon Guided daily chart in for those beginner in here. So this is only at 10:33. TechCam not so good lah. TechCam already turned. Okay, Gamuda. Let's take a look at Gamuda, which is the other stocks. Okay, let's take a look at Gamuda. And again, we want to look for Spring in the background. Okay, let's wait for this Gamuda to come out first. Okay, nice one in here. There's no Spring here, but Gamuda is doing well. I think there's some positive news. Just turned green pentagon in here. And earnings is up, so this is a good one for those of you. And constructions are doing well, okay? Keep in mind, construction are doing well. In nature, I don't know what they do, so I can always check on the stock here in nature. And all I gotta do is go here and click on this one. This will take me to in nature. What do they do? Profitable business. They are in personal goods. Okay, personal goods in here. Okay, personal goods. I have to wait for some news in here. All right. We can also look into company website. Okay, they are leading regional retail cosmetic. Okay, so they make they carry Body Shop and all this. Okay, Cambodia and so on and so forth. First one, Datin Mina Chia, so you can read all about it in here. So again, I think given the nature, it's 54 cents, so if it's a trading, then it's pretty good. This one has a good. The other one is Gamuda. Okay, I think Gamuda, we all know that one just now. So I'll just put one more in here, is Gamuda. And then we'll come back and see if we have done those trades, how well would they fare. Okay, now remember earlier we are looking for Spring. Okay, in nature there's not a Spring. You see, when we see something like this is a really good Spring in here, and which have a tail, right? And that would give some sort of you can see here, this one resemble a Spring in here, a long tail in here, and that's something that we're looking for at the support level in here. So Gamuda would definitely be a better one. And the other one we have was Hex Industry. Remember, it came out on our intraday, so you can see from here onwards, BJ foot turn rate, Hex Industry. Okay, Hex Industry. And yep, this one don't have Spring, but it have an NS. So that's also qualified it in here. Now remember, we're looking for sign of strength. Okay, sign of strength in here, and this is what we are looking for. So sign of strength is something that will help us a lot on our day-to-day looking for those stocks that at least in favorable. Now take note also, the KLSE overall is still in the red. Some of these are buckling the trend because of the sector. Now if you look back on the sector in here, I would think construction should be construction. Let's take a look at construction here. Construction is holding up. There's a Spring in construction in here. So Spring for construction in here hasn't done green pentagon yet, but let's see how well the rest of the stocks in here. Of course, there's not much of a trend in here. This also broke down on the August, and the market continued to fall lower because only few stocks that we pick up from here fare into that background in here. So now 10:33. Of course, during the whole day, this will be updated with it in here. Check it out with the VSA 360 for intraday with the Pentagon Guider daily intraday alert in here. All right, so we found three. What are those? Remember them? Okay, they are Hex Industry in nature, and this will be, let me just put the date, then we'll know here. So next week we can come back and take a look at it, 2nd of September. Okay, so let's put a summary in here. So the Pentagon Guider idea trade today is basically looking for sign of strength. Okay, we are looking for sign of strength in here and using the Pentagon Guider daily portfolio. Now remember, the daily chart, we have to wait until 5 o'clock. Some of these we are taking it very early, like Hexa Industry. Now think, for example, it went green pentagon at 9:33. So something must have happened. And remember, previously for Hexa Industry, there was a spring behind that. So that tells you smart money is be pushing out. And that's usually how we use our intraday to detect it in here. Screen it through, and if you're looking for a shorter term trade, maybe going for 3 or 4% in here, that's pretty good. But on the good market, you want to target 8 to 10% in here. So using the VSA 360, it makes it more efficient and faster to get to our stocks that we really want to in here, okay? And you can run it longer. That is also how our challenges in our members for our 20-day challenges are able to make 28.6% return despite the market. They're able to differentiate between in here. Now we did some of the intraday alert in here, you know them, Hexa, Immature, and in here. And of course you can use the visual. Let's take a look some of the using our visual. Okay, and let's look at the visual. Okay, so we are immature here, and we are looking for Hex. Let's look for the Hex Industry, and you can see reward to ratio is pretty good. All right, so here just turn green pentagon. Okay, you can see here, right? Turn green pentagon here, and okay, let's switch to 6 month in here. Okay. So that gives it a target price. Target price at the, let me just switch on the here. Target price about 41 cent. Right now it's 38.5, and so that's giving it a 1.67 risk to reward ratio. Okay, risk to reward ratio for what we have right now. Good, right? So let's take a look at the next one we have is just now we were looking at Gamunda. That's right. Let's look at Gamunda with the risk to reward. This is 1.44. All right. So 1.44 pretty good too. Just turn green pentagon too. You can see this is a live data chart here, and switching to 6 month in here. Okay. This is maybe more than $4 for the risk to reward. Okay. Usually we take 4.11. Okay, 4.11, which is above the chart that we've seen in here. So that's why you can't see the R1. All right, usually we take R1 at 385, right? If not, we take R2. But in this example, we took R2. You can see from here, R2 is our target, 4.11, which is our resistance in here. Now take note, Gamuda is in red, KLSE is also in red in here. So you are trading against the so-called market trend market trend. But remember the day earlier, switching to a 1 month chart, you have this spring in here. Doesn't qualify as a VSA spring, but it does look like one of those spring variation, right? It doesn't have a body in here, but that also tells you this market ready to push up, as we have seen in the market in here. So short-term trading, those 3 stocks that we have in. Okay. Now, if you want me to look at any stocks, do pencil those in there. I'm happy to look at in here. So in short, just like many of our members in here, with the right tools, our masterclass, right? You can able to, we completed the August masterclass. We've done the US, the pullback, the futures, the foundation in here. But for those of you who want to join our program, we still have the next coming, will be sometime in October. The price will be pretty much the same in here for a 1-year membership in here. Or you can check out our 10-day free trial, and of course starting on the 9th of September, you can test out our new feature worth $266 for 10-day free trial with our 30 minutes training from our trainer in here, and give you an opportunity to test out our Pentagon Guided daily portfolio, right? And of course, if you are already sign up our program in here and be having the first mover advantage in here, like how we spotted Gamuda, right, at 9:30, which is only just half an hour ago, Green Pentagon, and that's why many of our members and also for our user pretty happy, giving us a very good rating in here. Now this is last month calendar, August for 2022. We're coming out for the September calendar for our next coming Wednesday, so keep an eye. An update with you will be on this coming Monday in here. And of course, give us a feedback. That's a QR code. And of course, our promotion for our Google review is still ongoing. If you want to try out our 3-month membership and a chance to win 1,000 ringgit worth of VSA plugin and VSA 360, just give us your review on the Google for less than 200 words. That's all. That's it. And you're able to stand a chance to use the 3-month membership in here. All right. And let's take a look at some of the stocks. If you have pencil those in there, I'm happy to look at them. Okay, we have A Health from Kelvin, still looking at A Health. Okay, let's take a look at the VSA 360 in here, looking at A Health and see Apex Healthcare. Okay, Apex Healthcare is pretty good. You can see reward to risk is 1 right now in here. The ideal entry is actually here at 320. Your stop loss is 310, and profit target will be at 350. Okay, 350, which is about 331 now, right now. So 350 is a profit target. You can say 354 here, right? So we can use, this is just, yeah, approximation 354. Of course, you can enlarge this bigger. You can see it much better in here, looking at the 6-month trend here. And this is, yep, 350, 360, just approximation. And if you just want to go, so have a target price at 354, still looks good. The trend is still up. You can see from here onwards why A Health and this is Sunway REITs, because you have the railway track. The ATR stop loss is just up here at 310, right? But of course, S1 will be your first stop loss in here. So take note. Kevin, that's a good one. So if you are a member, 9th of September, you're able to use some of these new features that we have in here. And also, you can, I think also good, I'll probably set up alert here. And this is from, I'll just put your name to like Kelvin, because a lot of the time you're using, so Kelvin Lee, this is trade idea. Okay, and so the reward risk is only, so I've saved that, A Health. And when I go over, so I can actually watch this very closely, go to my Pentagon watch list, you can see A Health, oh, starting to turn red already, press metal turn red. And okay, A Health, there you go. So I'm monitoring right now A Health in here, and also I can also check it out on my edit alert watch. You can see A Health is also here, which is 1 minute ago. I just put in D Sonic to Inari PLC. So if I don't like Inari, I can delete Inari off. Just delete this off, and so it means I'm not watching some of these. These are the stocks that will be watching in here. TaxCam favorite. Of course, you can watch it on the heat map. That will give it a much more in here. All right. Any more stocks you want me to look at? Thank you to Kelvin for that stock pick or stock watch in here. So overall, have a good weekend in here. We did have the Merdeka, so I hope you all had a good Merdeka in here. And also tonight, the US closing is going to be important, but I do think it's going to be a rebound as we see in the spring, which is down the last 6 bar in here. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to our Telegram for all information that is educational and helpful to make that right choice to explore new markets you've never seen before. Thank you for watching in here and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.